Welcome back to horse racing today as we get back ready for terrific trifecta Thursday with Terry Hay and myself at Gulfstream Park for day 2. Terry bringing home his best bet. A couple of my bets hit as well. Terry had the late pick 4. I had the early pick 4. So let's see what more we can do on this Thursday. As always, before we get started with all that good stuff, Terry, let's talk about the free things over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet today. Free track, that one, if you click here, you'll see. There's a link wherever you follow us. The free track today is going to be Delta Downs tonight. Had a lot in there in the handicapping that I thought had a really good shot at winning the top of the ticket. So make sure you head on over there for that. Race number 1, Ellis Girl. Looks like with Mr. Barrera in the irons. Good shot to win. Not a best bet, but that would be a good way to get started. Speaking of getting started, Terry, let's you and I get cooking on Gulfstream Park for this terrific Terry Thursday.
All right. Well, the first race is a mile on the turf. It's a maiden race, $50,000 purse for state-bred maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
Yes, and 1 mile in the grass. What you're looking for are horses that have the ability to stalk. Still a good percentage, 18%, a fair share, do get to the front and keep it all the way around the track. A little bit of a rail discount, so it's not grade A for grade A to be on the rail today. 2 through 7, a small bonus. 8 and out, they are almost fair. We do 1,000 simulations around here, Terry, to see who's got the best chance to get to the lead. You'll see that here. And then based upon our projected pace, which horses are likely to get raced today that looks a lot like their best performances. Who's going to take it away, Terry, when they get going today?
Well, as you can see there, all of them show some kind of speed, but that 4 shows a lot of speed. So that 4 should get out of that gate and get to that quarter pole first. 2 has an overlay 15-1 to 20-1. The 3 has an overlay from 7-2 to 10-1. All of them show par plus numbers, and all but the 3 show C zones, especially that 4.
Yes, indeed. Take a look at our par plus. What that simply means is according to Brisnet, the average speed figure, 73 that wins this at this level. And in our simulations, 47% of the time, almost 48% of the time, grade A top that number. Along with the simulations, we do trip handicapping. These are where the horses want to be during their best performances. The 1 horse wants to be on the lead. The 5 and 6, they want to sit in the shotgun. The C horse here, the 3 wants to close. None of these have been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. If pace indeed does make race, Terry, it does. That one's got to be over 100. This would be your top one, Smooth Claret. That's your top early pace horse. At the end of the race, Abundant Love, it will be coming the quickest. Every 5 points equals about 1 length, so a pretty good late speed advantage. Put them all together, the 1 horse grades out as the top, usually the first 4. You find the winner in that group, Terry. Most of the time we find the winner in your group. Who's it going to be today?
Well, I like the 5 Abundant Love. She ran second versus similar her last race. She has the highest last race speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Calling the Shots is my second choice, the 3 horse. She finished third in her only start. Her best turf speed is fastest than the average winning speed, and she has a good workout on the 26th of January, 4 furlongs. Then grade A, the 1 is my third choice. Ran second versus similar on an all-weather track in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 9 as my long shot, finished third versus similar on the dirt in her only start. Her breeding suggests she'll like the grass, though, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start off with the 9 horse. It looks like the folks down in South Florida like this one, too. It's the favorite right now. Second race improvement would be enough to put this one in the winner's circle. The question here is to switch to turf. Abundant Love, the 5 horse. Third start after a layoff, better early pace in its last, and usually does put together a solid effort at the end. Calling the Shots, the 3 horse in its debut went off as 120-1. Did have some excuses early, rallied late, and another one where second race improvement might be enough. And then Starship Melody, the 7 horse, my final pick. It's another horse that in its second career start could improve enough to find itself the winner today. Pinched at the start and then bumped late. So plenty of excuses in its debut. If no problems today, perhaps no problems finding the winner's circle. They're moving over the grass now into the turf course. So whilst we do that, I will point out that when the show is over, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net. You see it right there on the screen. Right here in the middle, Terry and I will post our picks, our thoughts, as well as a replay of the show. You'll find that all right here. Make sure you come for that. And then while you're here, hit that HRT gear button. Great way to support the show. Come here. Spring's coming eventually. I know the Puxatawny Phil said another 6 weeks. That's plenty of time for your T-shirts, your hats, and all your summertime gear to be delivered, all of which the See You in the Winter Circle T-shirts are absolutely 1,000% up to your discretion how you want to design them. So you can pick your favorite colors. Let's see. The green doesn't look bad. I think the white looks the best, however. So make sure you go and help support the show. All right, Terry, let's take a look at race number 1 and see what's about to happen here. Let me organize my screen a little bit. Where did the race card go? There it is. So the 2 horses going in now, as is the 6 horse. So if we're looking for some value, according to our simulation odds, a little bit of value with the 1, a lot of value with the 3, the 4 horse, no, 5 horse, no, the 7 horse, a little bit of value. So really not a whole lot of value available in this race there, Terry. Little bit of value. So it looks like they're all just about set, ready to go. The jockey's assistants making some final adjustments as the favorite, Amalfi Sunset, moves in the post. They're all off, and they're all running right now. And pretty solid break. The 1 horse down on the rail, grade A, getting a pretty good jump. Got a bunch of them trying to keep up in there. It looks like the 9 horse on the outside is also competing for the lead early. And the 6 horse dropped down to the rail. The 9 horse, a little bit of a funky first turn there, a little bit of wide. Grade A right now on the lead as the pace setter. The 9 horse, the 2-1 favorite, right now sitting in the shotgun spot. Second, about a length back to the 2 horse down on the rail. Big Lose Messenger, and to the outside is the 4 horse there, Smooth Claret. Behind them on the rail, the 5 horse Abundant Love. To its outside, Lindsay Smiles, the 6 horse, as they make their way down the backstretch. The 7, that one is Starship Melody, and the 3, along with the 8, win after win at the back of the pack. Really, the order hasn't changed a whole lot. The 1 still sets the tone. The 9 still lurking in second. Opening half, pretty quick, 47 and 28. I'd expect some horses from off the pace to challenge in here. 1 horse running pretty smoothly right now. The 5 horse right now, that one's making an aggressive move. The 9 horse looks like it might be done. The 1 horse could just go wire to wire here, Terry. Those are some pretty quick fractions. I know those are the kind of numbers they were posting on Pegasus Day. I don't know if any of these are Pegasus horses, but it looks like grade A might get away with some strong fractions to still get the W in here, though. It's going to go 1, then 5, then 7, 9. 1, 5, 7, and 9. All right. That's the way it goes. The 3rd pick for Terry coming home first. Race 2. Good thing we didn't bet on that one, Terry.
Yeah, well, actually, I did all right, I think. If I boxed all 4 of them for the exact, I had that with the 1 and the 5. So,
Race 2. What's next?
Okay, race 2 is a 5.5 furlongs all weather maiden claiming $12,500, $25,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
5.5 furlongs on the synthetic surface does favor some early speed. A whole bunch, almost 4 out of 10, get the lead, keep the lead, and find themselves in the winner circle. A little bit of a rail bonus for Did I Dazzle You? 2 and 3, they play a little under par. 4 through 7, that's the best place to be from the gates, and then 8 and out, it's the worst place to be. In race number 2, Terry, do we have any speed to the inside?
Yeah, well, not to the inside, the outside, actually. As you can see there, they all have speed but the 3 and 7, but that 6 on the outside has a lot of speed. So it could get a good break, get to that quarter pole first. The 1 has an overlay 4-1 to 12-1. 2's overlay is 5-1 to 20-1. All but the 3 and 5 have par plus numbers, and all of them but the 7 have C zones.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, sim odds, we put together the 1,000 simulations, as we mentioned a few times already. And then we project out how many times each horse wins, and then we convert them to odds. We don't necessarily want them to be the horse to be that odds. What we're hoping is the post-time odds are a little bit higher than the simulated odds, like we saw on the one horse. A little bit of value, one of the two value horses in the race. Our race shape for the second spot today, we see 1, 4, and 6 want to be on the front. The 2 wants to pressure. The 5 horse closed. The 3's not been within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And the 7 today, that's its debut. Always to the end, along with Uncaptured Skeet. Well, this is a pretty competitive, only 5 points, about 1 length. You can kind of hold them off to the outside if you're on the inside, covering a little less ground. Did I Dazzle You will cover the most ground at the end, but again, pretty competitive in here. So looking at the top total pace picture, this one looks like it's a very close race. Really only the 3 not fitting in. Not quite sure what the 7 brings, but yet somehow ended up at the top of our picks as a first-time starter.
Well, I like it because her dam has 2 winners from 3 starters, and the breeding suits today's sprint distance. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 4 Principal Cairo. She dropped in class today. Her best all-weather speed is fast among today's starters, and she has blinkers today. Number 6, Always to the End, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race, and her early running speed style will help her chances. And then Uncaptured Skeet, the 5, she ran 2nd versus similar in her last race, and her early speed running style will help her chances. I'm going to play a 50-cent Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 1, 3, with the 2, 4, 5, 8, with the 2, 4, 8, a $48 ticket.
Yeah, the first-time starter, first nod for me too. This one has a lot of, it's highly rated. Good, solid works. The 6 horse in here today, where speed does win, always to the end. Really good shot to be your pace setter in here. The 4 horse Princess Cairo did run the top last race speed figure. It was 4 points better than anybody else. And also your biggest class dropper. And then finally, Uncapped Skeet, the 5 horse, was a very difficult call for me over the 1 horse. But the real horse last time out, Did I Dazzle You, really degraded in its last race. So it looks like it's heading in the wrong direction, whereas the 5 horse making a second start, good reason to believe that one could go in the right direction. I'm going to just go 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, $40.50, 4, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 8 is my Don Johnson pick 4 for the opener pick 4. Race 3, Terry's best bet coming up. Let's find out what it is about race number 3 that Terry likes, as well as the conditions.
Well, it's a 6-furlong race. It is a claiming $25,000 claiming race, and it's a $37,000 purse. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, speed, and more speed again. A touch more than 1 out of 3 on the lead. Keep the lead and cash the big check. Inside is better than outside. So inside speed, Terry, is the best way to find the winner's circle in race 3. And, well, looks like it's a big guess which one's going to have the front today.
That's right. It's an anyone's guess race because they all have similar speed, or almost all of them do. So I just don't know who's going to get that quarter pole first, and I don't think anybody else does either. So the 4 has an overlay from 8 to 5 to 5 to 2. All but the 5 have par plus numbers. All of them have C zones, and the 1 and the 2 have nice Q30s.
Yeah, 40 and 50%. Are they going to get to the lead? You asked. That was the question. Well, the 6 horse is the only one that's lead dependent. Everybody else is middle back. It does look like the beginning of the race could be contentious between these 4. The 1, the 2, the 3, and the 6. You got to give the 1, 2, and 3 the edge over the 6 on the outside. The 6 is the lead, the E type, so I wouldn't be surprised if he pushes forward. The 1 and 2 have wanted to close. The 3's in a pressure spot. So I would expect the 6 to try to get to the front. You be the judge, along with Evan Nora, Princess Miss Amel. They'll be coming hardest at the end. Again, we have a pretty tight picture near 10 points from top to bottom. Only 7 from the top 4. Terry, your best bet's down here, but it's at the top of your ticket, top of mine too. Why?
Well, I like Cote de Bia. She won her debut race at Gulfstream Park. The Rail Post is winning 28% clip. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the starts a horse he trains runs in. And so she turns out to be my best bet of the day today. Then I like the 3 as my second choice, finished 3rd in her last race. She has a trainer, wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from an all-weather surface to a dirt surface, and her best dirt speed is fastest than the average winning speed. Argumental, the 6 is my third choice, drops in class today. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 2 as my long shot. She won her last race at Gulfstream Park and at today's distance. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 1, then a $5 exacta key box 1 with the 2, 3, 6, $10 exacta 1 on top with the 2, 3, 6, and then a $5 daily level the 1 with the 2, 4, 5, 8.
I got the 1, 2, Cotobia, however they pronounce that one. This one, if it improves in the second race, could be undefeated in 2 spots. You be the judge. Is the biggest class dropper in here, moving down about a length and a half today. Evanora, the 3, that one, Terry, very consistent performer, making the third start after layoff. And the only other time the horse made it to the third start, it had a good shot. And it won its only race at 6 furlongs, like today. And then number 6, Argumental, my final choice. Pace setter, potential. Loney, if it gets to the front, could become extremely confident. Second race off the sidelines gives that horse a chance to improve on its last effort. No bets for me. In race number 4, we go, Terry. 9 races on the card today. What's the story with race number 4?
It's a 6 furlong, a maiden claiming race, $12,500 claiming price, and a purse of $25,000. It's for maidens, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
And as I mentioned last race, speed is the way. And of course, inside 3, it helps that inside speed. Let's take a look at our simulations and see if we have any inside speed in race number 4, Terry. Man, most of it looks like to the outside, maybe the rail horse.
Yeah, the 8 and the 5 have the most speed of all these, although all of them show some speed, followed up by that one. I think the 8 and the 5 might go head-to-head, and that 1 be right behind them. And then the 1 has an overlay from 9 to 1 to 30 to 1, very nice. And the 4 has an overlay 2 to 1 to 4 to 1. 4, 8, and 3 have the par plus numbers, and all but the 1 have C zones, and the 5 has a nice 32% Q30.
Yes, the Q30 scores, the querying points, has 32% of the available querying points. Anything above 30 is usually a pretty good sign, especially if they're going to be forward. So his choice could be a good choice based upon that. Our 4th race picture, the 5 horse, well, yes, indeed. If his choice has his way and gets to the lead, look out. 1, 2, 4, want to ride co-pilot. The 3 wants to close. The 7 and 8 so far not competitive at the finish line. Does look like his choice going to be on the lead, but man, everybody within 3 points except for Wind Rush at the end of the race. It does look like Sonny's Golden Lady. That might be the difference maker there with that late speed. Terry, top total pace doesn't change off of that. You got 4, 2, 5, and 1. What do you have?
Okay, well, in this race here, I like, the 2, One Special Act. She finished 3rd versus similar in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the dirt starts a horse she trains runs in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. His choice, the 5, ran 2nd versus similar in her last race. Her early running style helps her chances. She can improve at the shorter distance then, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then 4, Sonny's Golden Lady. She has a highest last speed rating. She may improve in the second start off this layoff she's just had. And the blinkers are added today, my 3rd choice. My long shot is the 8, Adios Laca. She finished 3rd versus similar in her last race, and she can handle today's distance. No additional bets for me here.
Well, we got the 2-5 exacta. Start both of our picks. I picked the 2 horse because last time out, at 6.5 furlongs, it ran faster fractions than it did at the prior start at 6 furlongs. That's improvement. Moving back to 6 furlongs today. His choice, missed by a neck at this level last out, could be up on the front. Runs the same race after race after race after race. Wind Rush, the 3 horse where we separate that one. That's my finally healthy angle. A 4-year-old making 2 starts for the first time in its career. So it happened yesterday with that 9 horse. Didn't win, but finished 3rd and paid, I don't know, like $12 or something along those lines. Big long shot. And then Adios Laca, that is my final choice. Was a really tough call for me over the 4-horse, but more potential in only the 3rd career start, and that one will be forward today. Off to the middle race today, race number 5 of a 9-race card.
Okay,
And
well,
Terry, what's the deal here?
we're going to go back on the turf. It's a 1-mile race, and it's for a purse of $97,000. Optional claiming race, $62,500 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed, like the number 1 horse Public Sector is, and is for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won $20,000 twice, other than maiden claiming starter or restricted, or which have never won 3 races, or a claiming price of $62,500.
A mile on the turf in the opener, the one went out, set some really good fractions, and still managed to win. Went wire to wire. So maybe speed is the way at Gulfstream Park today. It's normally stalkers, but still 18% gate to wire types. Rail discount, that didn't happen in that first race there. 2 through 7, a small bonus. 8 and out, they're almost fair. Terry, take it away with who's going to be where when the gates open.
Okay, well, you can see there that they all show some speed, but the 5 shows the most speed. I think the shy 5 should get there if he gets a good break at the start there. And the 3 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to a nice 20 to 1. 8 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 5 to 2. All but the 9 show par plus numbers, and they all show C zones.
Mm-hmm. When they're out on the track, the 3 and 5, when they run their best races, they're usually on the lead. The 7-horse doesn't much matter. That one, Understudy Kitty, is PC type, can really be just about anywhere on the track. The rest of them, their preference is to come from off the pace to find the finish line first. You do find in here, there's really not a huge difference from top to bottom. Maybe On Thin Ice is going to be way off the pace. Otherwise, everybody else within a couple of lengths of the front runner. They come around the turn and they make their way home. Degree of Risk has the most late speed. But once again, we find a very competitive picture in here. Our top 4 horses are the 2, 5, 8, and 3. Then a little bit of a gap down from there. Terry, how did you see them?
All right. Well, in this race here, I like the 2 Degree of Risk. He's finished in the money in 5 races out of the last 6 starts, winning 1 of the starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Activist Investing, the 4 is my second choice. He's won 2 races out of the last 3 races, has been off for more than a year, but he has been steadily working out to return to the races, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Royal Majesty, the 8, is my third choice, finished 3rd versus Tougher in his last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 19% of the races when shipping a horse in to run, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. The 1, Public Sector, as my long shot, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. His best turf speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me, as I'm out of money already.
The 4-horse Activist Investing, you did mention the jockey trainer. Jockey's Irad Ortiz. The trainer is Chad Brown. The horse ran very well early on. They stuck it in a grade 3, went off to the sidelines. I think they feel like this is a quality horse in here, and maybe this might be the best odds you're going to get on this one for a while if it comes out and runs to its potential. Royal Majesty, the 8-horse, runs hot off the bench after some R&R. This guy will be closing, but can be pretty close sometimes at the get-go. Degree of Risk, the 2-horse, that one, your top selection, Terry, been off more than a year since this one's made more, it's been more than a year since this horse has made 3 starts in a row, so a play on the finally healthy angle. And then finally, Public Sector, the 1-horse, has the most back class, probably deserves to be ranked higher, but usually needs a race. It's the 2nd or 3rd race after a layoff where this horse finds its form. But if it can find it today, has a pretty good shot to score as well. No bets for me in here either. Before we move off to the late pick 4, Terry, tomorrow I will be back with our good friend, 22 to 1 Thomas, as we will tackle Hong Kong and Sha Tin tomorrow. Next Monday, Tuesday, of course, we'll do Parks. Wednesday, Thursday, we'll do Gulfstream. Don't know what we'll do for 4 and Friday as of yet. But to miss it would be a bad thing to do. A good thing to do, Terry, is what?
Subscribe to YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's really easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. And hit the bell so you're notified about all the great programs we got coming up. Go down and copy that link and share it with everybody you know so they can come out and check us out too. We really appreciate it. And go to our social sites like Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter. No, not Twitter, TikTok. Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. It helps us out quite a bit. And then go ahead and keep these comments coming like everybody is today, and picks as we enjoy to see them, and they really help our algorithms out.
Mm-hmm. So race 6, Terry, as we move to the late pick 4, that's one time today at this distance. What is it?
Okay, well, it's going to be at 7 furlongs, and it's going to be a claiming race, $35,000 claiming price, purse $41,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Mm-hmm. And 7 furlongs. What you're looking for is some early speed. Walter Payton, 34% of the time they win on the front. Rel discount for Lasso, so maybe you have to work a little bit harder than that 9-5 favorite status. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 play fair. 8 and out, a little bit of a discount. Speed is, again, going to be key, as it is in a lot of these races today, Terry. Once again, we find a very competitive get going.
Yeah, they all show speed, and most of them are pretty close, so it's an anyone guess race as far as who gets that quarter pole first. Just depends on who gets the best break and what jockey makes the best decision. The one has an overlay from 3 to 2 to about 7 to 5. And then all of them show par plus numbers, all show C zones, and 4 and 5 have nice Q30s.
Yeah, it looks like a competitive race here too, for sure. In the 6th race, well, the 4 wants to be on the lead. Everybody else wants to be middle back. So if Top Maverick can get the lead, much like the one horse in the opening race, might go wire to wire. And it does look like it will have the opening lead with Coulson sitting in the shotgun spot. Everybody else kind of far off that pace. So 4 and 5 should set the tone early on. The 1 and the 6 should set the tone later on. And when they come home down the stretch and hit the finish line, our pace makes the race picture, says it should go 1, 6, 4, 5. Terry, a big drop off from there. So very likely that group right there, the winner is going to be found in there. Which one do you think it'll be?
Well, I like the 4 Top Maverick. He won his last race at Gulfstream Park by more than 7 lengths, and he has the highest last speed rating, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. The 1 Lasso, second choice, can improve while returning to a sprint. Best dirt speed is fastest among today's starter, and he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 25% of the dirt starts a horse he trains runs in. And then 6 Black Fury is finished in the at Gulfstream Park in the money 53% of the time. And he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 45% of the claiming races a horse he trains runs in. And then number 3, Calvary is the long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and he has a good 5 furlong workout on January 31st. I'm going to play the last pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 6 with the 1, 4, with the 1, 2, 4, 6. Finish up with a 6, 8, 9, a $48 ticket.
4 horse Top Maverick, top pick 2 here with that Q30 score above 30. Well, second best in there. Did also run the top last race speed. There's a handful of points better than everybody else. Also, all of the race internals were better last time out and should be forwardly placed here. Lasso, first up off of the rest. Good series of workouts, getting prepped for the return to work. Diora, the dose, huge bounce higher. The only other time this horse made it 2 races in a row. And then Black Fury, some of the most back class in this field, should be forward. Solid maintenance workout between races. I'm going to go pick 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6, and then 6, 8, and 9, $48 for me. Also going to start the part with some of my money, $5 double, 1, 4, and then the 1 in race number 7, which is where we're going to go now, Terry.
All right. So in this 7th race, we're going to shorten up to 5 furlongs on the all-weather track. It's an optional claiming race, $75,000 claiming price, purse $96,000. And it's for 3-year-olds which have never won $20,000 other than maiden, claiming, starter, or restricted, or which have never won 2 races or a claiming price of $75,000.
As you might expect, a quick race should have some quick horses at the beginning. Early speed, absolutely vital. A touch better than 30% winning on the lead. 1, 2, and 3, they play a little under par. 4 through 7, get a little bit of a bonus. 8 and out is fair. So maybe some outside speed in race number 7 could be useful, Terry. But it looks like it's all kind of stuck in the middle there.
Yeah, all of the horses but the one has speed, and you can see there that there are 3 or 4 that have pretty close speed ratings. So it's an anyone's guess again for me. Anyway, the 1 has a little overlay from 3 to 1 to 7 to 2, and the 3 has an overlay from 3 to 2 to 6 to 1. 3 and 4 have the only par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones.
So we take a look at the race shape. These horses here want to be forward, although the 4 horse has some versatility. So if the 5, 6, and 7 go too fast, the 4 horse can just be patient, just sit in front of these so it can move first. If they go too slow, so it can get out of my way. Here I come. Early on, as we see, the 8 horse Moon Factor, the PC type could go out there early, along with the 4. It looks like there could be a lot of heat here, Terry. Only 4 points separating them, and then still only 7 points from top to bottom. Stumble out of the gates, you can find yourself behind a whole lot of horses. As the come home, torches past, Jimmy, go. Go, Jimmy, go. A little dyslexia there. As well as Bucarero's Dude, a lot more late speed than the rest of these horses. In fact, not even remotely close. Top total pace horse in here is Bucarero's Dude. Torches past, Go, Jimmy, go. And then a huge drop off from there, Terry. How about an exacta trifecta box with the 1, 3, and 4?
Well, I like the 1 horse, Go Jimmy Go. He finished in the money in 2 career starts, winning 1 of the starts, and he has a bullet workout on 5 furlongs on January 26th. And then I like Buckaroo's Dude, the 4, won his debut race at Gulfstream Park, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 8, Moon Factor, won his last race at Gulfstream Park, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 3, Torch is Past, is my long shot, has won 2 out of the last 3 races at Gulfstream Park. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and he has a good workout on February 1st at 4 furlongs. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
I don't know. I mean, the 1 horse Go Jimmy Go is going to make its debut at Gulfstream Park today. Only 3rd career starts, but the workouts so far at the track have just been blistering. The last one was a bullet workout. The one before that was 5 furlongs and 57 and 4. For a workout that's crazy fast, I just hope he didn't leave it on the track. Bucarero's Dude, 2nd race improvement after going wire to wire in its debut. That would be enough, and has a nice little maintenance workout between starts. The torch is passed. The 3 horse next up on the board for me. That is the simulation favorite in there. The last race was better than it ended with some better early fractions. And then finally, Lazio was a tough call for me over the 8 horse. Same second up improvement as the only other time the 6 horse made a second start. Would beat the 8 today. I'm going to take a $5 exacta key box with the 1 over the 3, 4, and 6. $20 double, 1 with the 2 in the next leg. And then a $10 pick 3, 1, 2, 6, 9. Let's see if we can get some singles together and some decent payouts along the way. 2 races to go for today, Terry, to end our week. This is the opening leg of the late daily double.
It's a 1.16 miles on all weather. It's an allowance race, $97,000 purse, and it's for 3-year-olds.
1.16 miles on the Tapeta. What you're looking for are stalkers. Still a very healthy 22%. Get the first call and also get the first call at the finish line. There's a rail bonus for Cryo. 2 and 3 get a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7 a bonus. 8 and out, they play fair. So being forward is important, Terry. You don't necessarily need to be on the lead, but you better be part of the lead. It sure looks like one of them is going to be out there by itself.
Yeah, all but the 4 has speed, and that 2 has plenty of speed compared to everybody else, almost double the closest horse. Number 2 has overlay 4 to 5 to 5 to 1. All but the 8 show par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones, and the 6 has a really nice Q30.
Indeed. 50% of all the current points for Tank. Race shape tells us in race number 8, the 2 and 6, they want to be on the lead. Everybody else wants to close. So, 22%, if one of these two can get a comfortable lead, or if the two of them can run similar fractions, they might be all right. Classic, of course, is out on the front. It's to the inside of the 6, so should get the early jump on the field. As they turn for home, it does look like Classic, of course, also has the most late speed, tied with Scarecrow, the number 1 closer, and they're both a length better than everybody else. Based upon that, Classic, of course, is an 11-point total points favorite. Anytime you get over 10, those horses should get high consideration. Terry, who gets your first consideration?
Well, I like the 1. He's won the last 3 races in a row. And the rail post is winning a 20% clip. He has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then I like the 6 Tank. He ran second in his last race. His best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from the turf to an all-weather surface. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. I like Scarecrow. The 4 is my third choice. He finished third in his last race, and he has 1-for-1 at today's distance. Number 2, Classic Course, is my long shot. Finished in the money in 6 races out of the last 8 starts, winning 1 of the races, and he has Lasix and blinkers. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 2. Got all that early speed, got that top 11-point total pace. Going to get Lasix, should help the speed. Number 1, Cairo, that one, won 3 in a row, better fractions despite going longer, and gets that rail bonus. Scarecrow, going to be trucking at the end and dominated the only time the horse ran on all weather. And finally, 6, the Tank, best race by far was his lone trip on the synthetic. Orange Lab points out that in race number 2, Terry, the 7 horse is a late scratch, so we got to adjust some of our picks here. My pick 4 is going to go 4, 5, and 6. Outside of that, really no other change. And you made your changes already, huh?
Yep. Thank you, Lauren.
Yes, we appreciate it. It's for quality control. It's good to have eyes everywhere. So for me, I'm going to go 6, 4, 5, and then the next one for me would be in race number 2, the 1 horse. What did I just do? How does that happen? All right. Speaking of race number 2, it looks like they're about to get going with that one, Terry.
Okay.
Let's see what the story is in here. Yes, they're making their way to the gates. It looks like they're crossing into Topeka. And if we look for, as we like to do, a little bit of value in race number 2, well, with the 7 horse scratching, it really changes everything around a little bit.
It does, yes.
But we still might find some value. Well, Did I Dazzle You comes way down from 12-1 to 8-5. What's going on there, Terry?
I don't know.
The value looks like you're going to get some value with, well, this is not really fair because we don't have the opportunity to, I could rerun it pretty quickly, but no time for that. So really none of that. So while we wait, Terry, again, free picks today at Delta Downs. You can find a link for Guaranteed Tip Sheet wherever you find us. There is a link in the description here on YouTube, as well as links to all of our social sites. Our goal for 2025 is to get to 10,000 subscribers. If you have not done so yet, please pick up the mouse, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up if you like what you see. Share our content with your friends that you know also like horse racing, because if you're not watching, you're not winning.
That's right.
1 horse, Did I Dazzle You, goes into the gates without a whole lot of problems. Giving the 2 a couple spins around before they put that one into the gates. Let's see. Now the 3 horse, that one's going to be up next. They probably make them a little disoriented and dizzy, right? Yeah, you're going to get in there, bud. All right. The 3 horse is next in, 22-1. Here comes your favorite at 1-1, the 4 horse. Going into without any objection, at least not so far. Very well trained, really well behaved. The 5 horse and the 6, and then we're off and running. 5 horse, kind of smallish looking, but very shiny coat. They say that's something to pay attention to if you're at the track. We're not, unfortunately. And in goes the 6. Always to the end. No 7. They're about to pan out. They have. The maiden claiming 12-5 is about to get running. And they are running. And the 3-horse stumbling at the start. So his day could be over. The 4-horse, the favorite, he's now in fourth place, as a lot of other horses have sauntered up to the front, with the 6-horse right now always to the end, being the foremost of those horses at the front. The 2-horse right now has overtaken the 1 in second place, the 1 down on the rail. The 5 is now in fourth, and the 4 down on the rail, kind of running a little funky. I don't know if the jockey's trying to restrain him or if he's just a little out of form. The 6-horse continues to set the lead, 22 and 4. The 6-horse on the front, the 4-horse coming up the challenge, kind of running a little bit wide through the turn. The 4 and the 6 right now are digging in. The 4-horse has run by the 6. The favorite, the 2-horse, looks like it's going to maybe battle up with the 6-horse for second. I don't know. Yes, it's going to go. It's going to go first. Yeah, 4, then 2, then 6, then 1, then 5, and then the 3 off the stumble. So unfortunately, our pick 4 starts with the 4 to 5 favorite, but we get to win and advance. And advance we will do to the last race on the card, and the last race for you and me this week, Terry. Just like we started, we will end the day at Gulfstream Park.
That's right, and it's going to be another turf race on the 1 mile. It's a maiden claiming race, $35,000 claiming price, $37,000 purse, and it's for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
Did I dazzle? You did not dazzle. E-Name's pony computer stats are based on the Saratoga Cruiser as 2x the class and 8. I'm not quite sure how his stuff works. But I do know what works is if you subscribe to our social sites. If you're watching on Twitter right now and you haven't done so, please follow us. Retweet our content, gives us some likes as well. Any interactivity, whether it's a comment, it's a follow, it's a like, you come back to our sites, our social sites, really boosts our scores with the social media companies. And when other people search for horse racing content, they're more likely to find us. In the opening race, Terry, a horse did go wire to wire on the turf with some pretty fast fractions. Looks like the track is playing pretty fast today. Ordinarily, being middle forward is the best running style. Still a healthy Peyton Manning, 18%. Do win gate to wire. A rail discount for Giddy Up Baby, but it wasn't a rail discount in the opener. 2 through 7, a small bonus. 8 and out, they almost played fair. Where is the speed in the final race today, Mr. Terry?
Well, it looks like the 9 and the 6 has the most speed in here, and they're going to probably go head-to-head to that quarter pole. The 1 has an overlay from 7 to 1 to 15 to 1. 3 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to 12 to 1, and the 8 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 9 to 2. 9, 6, and 8 have the best par plus. All but the set 2 and 7 have par plus numbers, and then the all but the 3 have C zones, and that's about it.
Final time for this week. Pace and trip handicapping. Well, there you got front runners. You have the co-pilots, trio of closers, pretty balanced from those experienced horses. The 6 and the 7, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line into 3. Today, it's debuted. At the get-go, it does look like the 6-horse and the 9. Well, the 9-horse proving to be a left arrow horse. Those two are much quicker than the rest. A lot of times, these left arrow horses are extremely dangerous. Our late speed also belongs to the 9, so I'm guessing that's our top total pace horse. It is 10 points ahead of Amande. And then a little bit of a drop-off then from there. So it looks like the 9 and the 6, Terry, are the top 2 contenders, at least from a pace standpoint. There are top 2 contenders as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. The 9 Mischief Knight is finished 3rd versus Tougher on the dirt in her owning start. And she has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races when using first-time Lasix, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 6, Amandi, she has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 8 is my 3rd choice, finished 4th in her last race, but has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning jockey. We See You, the 2, is my long shot. Has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming race and drops in class today. That's it for me.
All right. Well, for me, Mischief Night, the 9, we saw in our total pace picture was 10 points better than anybody else. Well, that's a pretty big number. Second race improvement, and it is a wrap. It's a maiden special weight dropper in here, as is Amande. You have Irad Ortiz, got Todd Pletcher on a maiden special weight dropper. Another one, second race improvement, could put that one over the top. The 5-horse Golden Valley, yet another maiden special weight dropper. Plenty of problems in its last race, so I'm looking for no problems in this race and a better effort. Second start after a layoff. And then finally, the 2-horse We See You, by far the best turf breeding. It hasn't really showed it as of yet, but maybe in the final maiden special weight dropper. I'm going to take the rest of my money. I still think I have $2 left, but $1.50 trifecta box with the 2, the 5, and the 6 and 9 to close out this week. Terry, tomorrow again, I'll be back with Thomas for Foreign Friday at Hong Kong for some insomnia racing for those who can't sleep overnight. So we'll have all those picks for you. Make sure you don't miss them, Terry. One final time, what's the best way to make sure you see what we see?
Well, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't so far, and then go ahead and hit the bell so you're notified about all of our great programs coming up, like Foreign Fridays. And then go ahead and copy that link down below and share it with everybody you know and have them come and check us out too. I know they're going to like what we do here, even if they're not horse race fans yet. Might get them involved with horse racing. Then go to our social sites at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, Blue Sky, at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and TikTok, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Keep these messages coming over on the right-hand side while we're having these shows. It really helps us out. We enjoy to see them, and the picks are really wonderful. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Well, that wraps up another week. Again, free picks at Guaranteed Tip Sheet for tonight. On your Thursday night, no more Thursday night football. Just sit around and play the ponies. Do so for free at Delta Downs. Free picks. You can find the link wherever you find us. Just a few minutes over on horseracingtoday.net. We will post all of our picks and thoughts today on the mother page. You'll see right there, Gulfstream Park picks, except it'll say February the 6th. Click on that. You'll see a replay of the show as well as all of our commentary. And in the description on YouTube, we will also timestamp every race so that you can come back, watch them at your leisure, take a look at why Terry likes the 1 horse in the next race. It's his best bet. And then you can take a look at all the data. With speed holding up, you might want to see which horses are projected as pace setters. Maybe you find yourself some nice long shots in there. When you're on the HRT gear right there in the menu, come on over here, get yourself a See You in the Winner's Circle t-shirt, Terry. The only place on the planet you can get them. You'll look fantastic. You can customize them, and you'll be ready for the 2025 spring and summer horse racing season. All right, Terry, that wraps it up for today. Any final thoughts from you before you start planning your weekend?
Well, I'm hoping everybody has a great week and the rest of the week and the weekend coming up. And be good to everybody, because you never know what's going to happen. And just treat them the way you want to be treated. Other than that, I'll see you next Monday.
Yes, the golden rule is absolutely a great rule by which to live. Also, we hope that no matter what you're doing for your life endeavors, chasing your dreams, chasing a little bit of rest, trying to get caught up around the house, trying to find a winner or two. Whatever it is, we certainly hope it has God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing you do till we get together again finds its way to
the winner's circle.
Indeed. Make it a terrific Terry Thursday.